The higher the rank you go inside Marvel Rivals, the more you realize that you need to start comboing your abilities with your teammates to either guarantee kills or guarantee that team wipe that you need to win the point. And this video is going to cover all the best ones that we can think of that you'll need to use through a match. First up, we've got Magneto with the Phoenix ultimate. Now, essentially, you kind of want to pop these at the exact same time, and then what you want to do is absorb as much damage incoming with Magneto, and then make sure your Phoenix dashes down first to clear up any of the utility on the ground, and then you want to use your Meteor. Now, you can go Meteor first as well if you really want to. Either which way works well anyway, but you definitely want to go for the Meteor second, because that way everything is being cleared away from the ground, and it makes sure that Phoenix doesn't get shot out the sky when she's popping her ultimate, which I think is a really powerful ultimate combo used. The other really strong combo is Magneto with Scarlet Witch ultimate, and basically this guarantees that no one can kill Scarlet Witch out of the air unless they're dealing melee damage, of course. But for the most part, people are going to try and shoot Scarlet Witch, and this is the perfect way to combo it, even with a mag bubble as well if you really wanted to. Next up, we've got Magneto with Star-Lord, and this can be done in a couple of different ways. You can either mag bubble him if you really want to, that will keep him alive a little bit longer, stop him getting shot out the sky, or you can use your own ultimate to absorb in all the damage as we've shown before, allowing Star-Lord to pretty much run free and get easy kills. Another seriously good combo to do is with Doctor Strange's portal and Scarlet Witch's ultimate, and this basically guarantees Scarlet Witch doesn't die whilst she's popping her ultimate, and she's able to do it from basically from the spawn room to the actual objective area, which I think is absolutely crazy. Anything comboed in with Doctor Strange's portal is always going to be a cool piece of tech in the first place. Talking about a cool piece of tech, then we also have a very similar idea with the Punisher. Now, you can either use his ultimate through this to keep him alive a lot longer, and make sure you do it at head height so it's above the enemies and you can't see him coming, or you can even use his turret if he doesn't have his ultimate available. Both work perfectly well, especially on a still stationary objective. You're going to be able to get some super easy kills, and no one's really going to be looking directly straight up into the air a lot. Then we've got Agamotto with Jeff the Shark ultimate, and essentially if you hit an Agamotto, it means you're definitely going to get the swallow on the enemies, and it just means you're not sitting there trying to deal damage to them for the 500 years it's going to take to actually kill the enemies, and by the time then the ultimates wore off. So that way Jeff can just swallow the enemies up super easy, super quick. The enemies have no way of escaping it, and then you can do your thing with that. Also works with Jeff Nado as well if you really want to combo it super strongly. Next up, we've got Jeff the Shark into the Scarlet Witch ultimate, and again, it just allows the survivability of Scarlet Witch, but it means if there's no way of you throwing anyone off the map, you can essentially throw them straight into your teammate and guarantee you get those kills. Just make sure you time it right, because sometimes you might miss when Scarlet Witch pops her ultimate, but make sure you get the timing down correctly on this one, because it is a little bit difficult to pull off. Next up, we've got the Cloak and Dagger ultimate with Groot's walls. Now, this is really insane because Cloak and Dagger's ultimate actually triggers Groot's walls and it makes them deal damage. So as you can see here, you don't even need to be hitting the enemies with Groot to deal the damage there, which I think is incredibly powerful at basically using Groot's walls and using it for additional combo damage, because they're taking tick damage from the ultimate anyway. I think this is really strong. Next up, we've got Groot's ultimate with pretty much any other damage ultimate comboed in. So you can use Spider-Man, you can use Moon Knight again, you could even use Namor or something like that, but any damage ultimate works perfectly fine with Groot's ultimate too. Then we have Blade mixed with any kind of damage boosting ultimate. And essentially what this does is, because Blade's ultimate provides anti-healing, and it means that the enemies cannot get healed up through the ultimate, and then also you're getting damage boosted as well. It's just like a double whammy of not allowing the enemies to escape. So it means that they can't get healed up, but they're taking extra damage, and on top of that, it just means that they're going to get absolutely fried. So if you see a Blade going for an ultimate and he's charging it up, then make sure you damage boost them, because that way he's going to guarantee getting kills on the enemy team, even if they're getting healed up by their healers as well. And I think this is one of the most powerful things you can do in this game, because a lot of people use this. Next up, we've got Angela ultimate combined with a lot of other ultimates. Angela's ultimate is one of the better ones to combo with. As you can see here, it does a little bit of tick damage on the ground, and if you combo it with something like Moon Knight's ultimate, for example, then it works out to be super strong. It does a similar thing to what his Unk can do, which basically sucks enemies in to the center, but this way they cannot escape at all. So it's an extremely strong combo. You can even just combo it with his regular Unks. This also works with Psylocke's ultimate as well, making sure enemies cannot escape that radius. This is a super strong combo in my opinion, something that's not really used all that often, and I feel like it should be used a lot more, especially since if Psylocke's ultimate's finished, you can still dash down on top of the enemies and kind of finish them off as well and help your Psylocke guarantee those kills. Then we could also do the exact same thing with Scarlet Witch as well, but she will be taking damage throughout this, so if someone's trying to shoot the Scarlet Witch, they can definitely still kill her, but it just means they cannot move around too much, and again, it's going to suck the enemies into a central point. And then also this works similarly as well with Winter Soldier's ultimate, where basically it guarantees the enemies being in a certain location so that you can pretty much combo on top of them and not allow them to move away from where you're going to use the ultimate from. Next up, we've got a bit of an underutilized combo, and that is Storm's damage boost with Ultron's ultimate. Now, Ultron's ultimate is actually pretty decent. It's not a super strong ultimate by any means, but damage boosting this can definitely help out get a couple of finishes that you wouldn't usually get. So as you can see here, we're showing you the before and after when you're not damage boosted and when you are damage boosted, and as you can see, it does kill a little bit quicker. Now, it's not by a significant amount, as we will repeat the test again, but it is by a little amount, right? And that will almost guarantee you finishes. As you can see, it takes a little bit longer when you're direct hitting an enemy without the damage boost, but that damage boost definitely helps kind of guarantee those kills, and especially if you're doing the kind of blast radius and you're not actually hitting directly on an enemy, it's going to help a little bit more. And it's a super easy combo to do. You don't really need to combo two ultimates together. Storm just needs to switch to damage mode. Next up, we've got Namor's ultimate, and Namor's ultimate can be super strong if used correctly. When I mean used correctly is if you have a damage buff with it. Now, first of all, we're going to show you this with Storm's damage buff because it's super easy to understand with Namor, because the outer radius deals slightly different damage to the inner radius, and as you can see here, you do get a little bit more damage when boosted by a Storm. Then we're going to show you boosted by a Luna, and this is why everyone likes to combo the Luna and Namor ultimates together, because it just works so effectively. As you can see here in the outer radius, it absolutely destroys squishy targets, so it essentially makes his inner radius the same as the outer radius, basically with a Luna ult, which I think is actually crazy. We tried this also with a Rocket ultimate as well to see if we do get the same kind of benefits, but as you can see, it does more damage than a Storm buff, but not quite as much as a Luna ultimate buff. And then we also tested it with Mantis 2, because guess why not? And as you can see here, again, better than the base, but not quite as good as obviously having the Luna buff. Then we've got the damage buff on the Venom ultimate. Now, this one is super important in my opinion, because Venom's ultimate doesn't deal tons of damage. So as you can see here, base damage on these bots is not too bad, just a little under half HP. But then when we use the Storm damage buff, which is one of the first ones up, then as you can see, we're doing a little bit more damage there, which definitely helps us. Then we've got the Rocket buff, and again, we're going to show you this test again, and as you can see, we're doing a lot more damage with the Rocket ultimate buff as well. And then obviously we're going to do the same test with the Luna buff as well, and as you can see, we get them down to exactly one shot with the squishy bots that we have in the firing range. Next up, we've got the pretty obvious one, and the one that's been getting used a ton, which is Loki copying Luna Snow's ultimate. And this is basically just the Luna Snow double, where we get to do back-to-back Luna Snow ultimates. And this is going to be even more useful now that the timer on her ultimate was reduced. So now we're probably going to be using or seeing this one more than ever. So there we have it. That is all the combos that we can think of that you can combo some of your main abilities with ultimates, or pair two ultimates together to secure some wins inside ranked of Marvel Rivals. If you've missed any, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Marvel Rivals tips, and thank you very much for watching.